Hello!
It's Ray.
And Jay. And we're going to do another movie review. We're going to watch a movie called American
Exorcist.
American Exorcisticism.
Exorcist. About a year and a half ago, I tend to troll Kickstarter. Pretend I have money to give people. But at that particular time, I kept seeing horror things. I was like, ooh, I want to help fund that. Ooh, I want to help fund that. Okay, let's fund that. Very bad habit. But, you know, some cool stuff happened out of it.
Whatever, that's a good habit, if you can afford it.
If you can afford it, which, yeah, it's a bad habit.
Okay.
Anyway, and so I saw this on Kickstarter, went, hey, that sounds like a cool idea, and would like, I want a copy.
So, apparently it is now released and available to watch.
Fast forward, it's been filmed, it's gone the, like, festival circuit, and now they have released, the access to the film to Kickstarter supporters.
That's you.
That's me!
And so, we just watched the trailer. I know nothing about this at all, but we watched the trailer together, and here's what I got.
Okay.
I'm expecting female-led Exorcist meets, oh god, I had it in my head. What's that movie? What's the Christmas action movie everyone loves?
Die Hard.
Die Hard. I get Exorcist meets Die Hard with a female lead. That's what I got. Because it's like in this big, maybe abandoned building, it's set at Christmas time, there's this random dude, and there's like Exorcist stuff, and there was like a few moments that looked like some interesting horror, like nothing like groundbreaking, but like spooky, and it was, I think, female-led, yeah, that's fair to say. It didn't look like it was a super great quality, but that's what you get from Kickstarter, I guess.
Well, Kickstarter has some really good things. I mean, this is very definitely and obviously an indie film.
Yeah.
So you can't hold it up to the same standards as like AAA slashers that get...
I mean, I shouldn't, but yet, apparently I did.
Bad habit.
It is a bad habit, and I think once we watch it, I'll be able to forget that. What do you know?
So for me, okay, so what I know is that, and these are the things that actually made me interested in supporting the Kickstarter in the first place. It is supposed to be a female-led. We have a female POV character. There is a guy who is an exorcist, and
He's wearing like a Hawaiian shirt or something?
Yeah, he's definitely wearing a Hawaiian shirt. It was specifically stated that he wears a weird article of clothing, and of course in the trailer we see the Hawaiian shirt. So he's just this guy chilling out, kind of knows things about demons, which I always find fun.
Do you know if he's supposed to be a priest?
I do not know if he's supposed to be a priest or not. And the thing that got me interested in it was the setting. It is in a skyscraper. It's an office building, which of course usually it's an asylum or scary haunted abandoned house. You don't really get to see office scenarios. So I was like, okay, that sounds cool.
A little bit of Die Hard, right?
Yeah, a little bit of Die Hard, a little bit of Exorcist.
I can't believe I forgot the name Die Hard.
You're like, Christmas movie.
What is it?
And I knew. But anyway, so yeah, the production values aren't fantastic. But it was interesting enough for me to be like, hey, I might actually enjoy watching it. So we have demons, we have an exorcist in a Hawaiian shirt, and we have a couple of ladies. I specifically saw at least 3 ladies in the trailer, which is cool. Because I was expecting, like, with the small cast, there'd probably be only like 3 or 4 people, maybe. But maybe it's better than what I think casting wise.
Cool.
So.
Okay.
All right. So we will.
Wait, do we want to hypothesize? No, that is what we know.
I mean, that's
do
what
we
know.
now want to speculate?
I guess. I mean, I have literally no speculations. I don't know what to expect at all, other than there's a demon. It looks like there's a Satan, or some, not necessarily a Satan, but like some, a Satan. I caught that, yes, I'm dumb.
No, I'm very affectionate. It's like a Frankenstein. I love it.
There looked like there was a demonic creature with horns.
For sure. Maybe it's a Krampus. It's Christmas themed.
It could be Krampus, yeah. But other than that, like we're gonna have a lady who's introduced to the demonic world via the exorcist in the Hawaiian shirt, and after that, I have no idea what to expect. I'm assuming someone's going to be possessed and exorcised.
Do you think the dude in the Hawaiian shirt is actually a bad guy?
No.
Okay, then I'm going to go with yes.
No.
He's a bad guy. That's a demonic cultist posing as an exorcist.
You know, with his very clever Hawaiian-themed undercover look. Yeah. All right.
All right. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
We're going to go watch the movie, and we will report back.
All right. Bye. We'll see you in a few.
Hi.
Hey.
Did you get your hopes up when I said Exorcist meets Die Hard? Get him back down again. We watched the movie.
We watched the movie.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much what it said on the package. There
True.
is a woman who's a professional skeptic / paranormal investigator who goes into an office building to see whether or not it's actually haunted.
There were no lies in the marketing.
Except for the name. There was 2 seconds of an exorcism at the very beginning, and the rest of it was ghost. It was a haunted ghost movie, which I wouldn't normally have a problem with.
Yeah.
But I was promised exorcisms, and I feel really let down.
She did walk around with a sage stick.
Okay, so
That's the
things
exorcism.
that we like about the movie.
I think the Christmas setting is fun. I always love a Christmas setting in a horror movie.
Christmas, I think, was fun. I really did like our main actress. Her name is Fallon Jocelyn.
Look at you.
I know her name. She was pretty good. She did well with the material that she had. It's not her fault that we didn't have any actual exorcisms in the film. But what can you say?
I liked the music.
Which
She did not.
I did not. I mean, it was very... tell them what you told me.
All right, so for me, it was very 1980s synth horror, like classic stuff.
And yeah, I could hear the callbacks, but for me, it was pretty much just unrelenting.
It was constant. Well,
And it gave me a headache.
It was nearly constant, and it was like unrelenting. And there were times when it was loud.
And sometimes it was loud over the dialogue, so there was some sound mixing issues.
It was a dialogue light movie. And so the dialogue was not the emphasis, the atmosphere was. Which brings me to, we should stop here and say, spoilers.
Spoilers for the movie!
Because
Right.
here's the thing.
Stop if you don't want spoilers for this movie that you probably haven't seen.
We have been blessed to see a lot of horror movies, some by local artists, some by student filmmakers.
And some by international
Yeah,
artists.
and some
Like,
amazing
we've been really
ones.
lucky.
The thing with student films is often they're not good. And they like to do really obscure...
Like artsy things. Like it becomes less of a horror film and more of an art project. And
There's not much of a line in a lot of cases between the art film and the horror film in certain movies, which is fine with me. Love an art film. But there's like a really distinct... Hi, baby. There's, a really distinct flavor to, let's say, a 4-minute montage in the middle of the movie that really gives us nothing, and it's just there because it's cool?
I really don't know. It was supposed to be like some sort of vision she was having. And they were like... I felt very much like they were trying to replicate maybe a little bit of the creepiness of the video in The Ring. Maybe. Because we had bugs in the eye and we had like shots of a tombstone with a name on it.
If that's what they were trying to do,
I
they
don't know,
misunderstood why The Ring was good.
Like, they did stuff, and we both looked at each other, and they're like, this was someone's darling, and they needed to murder it.
Right, like someone like really liked that moment, and I kind of get why it would be really fun to create a moment like that, but you have to decide whether it's adding anything to your film, because in most cases it's not.
Yeah, and in this case, it really didn't. It actually took me out of the movie so completely that I started watching my phone.
She kind of checked out for a little while.
I checked out for a minute, and then Jay was like, we're going to be reviewing this later, and I was like, oh. I just completely forgot why I was watching the movie in the first place.
This is the kind of movie where if we were not doing this right now, then we both would have just like been on Tumblr on our phones
or
while the movie was
playing
happening.
games or something,
Yeah.
with the movie playing in the background.
Yeah.
So like things that I liked. Okay, so she was a sister. It started with two sisters, and one sister was Renee Dubois, who was phenomenal. Like,
She was
I
cool. She
loved
was like
her.
a little punky.
Right, like she was a black woman. She had piercings. She had a cool jean jacket. Like, she knew what she was doing. She had she was just really ballsy. I really liked her.
She was cool.
And then she died.
So therefore, she was in one scene
Immediately in the first scene, and it was so disappointing. And then, like I said, I liked our main actress well enough, and the movie was on her shoulders. We saw other people only briefly.
The vast majority of the movie was her alone in this haunted location.
Mm-hmm.
And
But I'm okay with. That's totally cool.
that's
I like
fine.
that.
Not mad about it.
Until the end, okay, so it started off solidly. And then it was like, hey, we're not actually a demon exorcism movie. We are a ghost movie, which I'm like, not what I signed up for, but okay. And then it was all like, no, wait, there is a demon, but he's trying to get out because he's trapped in this haunted
Because
location.
your grandmother built this
building
to trap the demon.
Which, by the way,
Yeah,
Jamie
yes.
pointed out to
Yes.
me. There's one picture in the film that's supposed to be like her grandmother, I think.
Yeah, she there's like a reveal that her grandmother was the architect of this building, which is really cool. Black woman architect. Neat.
Super cool.
But they pulled up this she found this old black and white photograph of her grandmother and some other people holding up the flag of the American something, what did it say? It was the name of the company, which I forgot.
Name of the company. But it's the Arkansas flag.
But it's the flag of the state of Arkansas, but with the word Arkansas out with a company name inserted. I guess they just They just thought nobody would know what the flag of Arkansas looked like, I guess.
Which, I mean, I don't blame anybody for not thinking that.
Okay, so people from here's the list of people who know the flag of Arkansas. It's people from Arkansas and vexillologists, and that's the whole list.
So, that was just a really funny moment for us.
It was funny. I don't know, I felt like, it was made on a budget. God bless them. I know that's hard.
But the thing about indie movies that are made on a budget is you really have to make your script stick.
You have the
Because
script
we're not
has to carry
here
it.
for the effects. We aren't. We're here. We're not even necessarily here for the acting.
If you can't back up your film with a solid script and good editing, then there's nothing. You're not doing anything.
And so, of course, it was Christmas Eve, and this demon that was trapped by the architectural design of her grandmother was like, boom, I'm gonna make you pregnant and you're gonna birth me.
But he has impregnated this human woman because he wants human form. Merry Christmas!
Why? We were doing so well.
Oof.
So well. And then the ending, for me, it just came out of nowhere, and it sent it to this place of awful. Why are we still in 2018?
Though it's is she just a woman because she can get pregnant? Is that why we had a female protagonist? Is that it?
I mean, God, get a dude, make him pregnant. They did that in Junior. It's done before.
If Arnold Schwarzenegger can do it.
If Arnold Schwarzenegger can do it. Man, you have no excuse.
Oh my God.
But no, for real, and then instead of, doing it. Okay, so back
I can't
to
believe
something.
you called out Junior. What a reference. Sorry, go on.
No, okay. So one thing that was super solid in this movie is even though she was a skeptic, which, I mean, I don't see how she could, considering her sister was an exorcist, that she actually helped.
They were exorcists together.
They were exorcists together, but, skeptic, she has trauma from the death of her sister. That is totally cool. She came prepared to be proven wrong.
To the point, you're right. She came with all of her skeptic ghost hunter stuff.
Yeah, EMF,
all the stuff.
Cameras, infrared, whatever.
And then she also came with sage and a spirit board
and a spirit writer thing, which is super cool.
And all these candles and chalk and witchy
she came
shit.
prepared for either eventuality, which was really cool.
That was really good.
And then when she gets supernaturally pregnant, She doesn't use any of those tools to fight this demon.
No, what does she do?
She decides, hey, I'm going to throw myself off of the 11th floor of this building and
kill myself.
die.
And also kill the demon baby inside of me.
And then we get, like, right before the credits, we get the scene.
Which, by the way, should have been a big moment, but it was just so telegraphed ahead of time.
It was so telegraphed.
It was
I was
just like,
so done. I was so annoyed.
And then it was a cheesy effect, and I just...
Which I don't blame the cheesy effect.
I can forgive bad effects, but like we were saying, if your plot and script and editing can't pull it off, then I can't forgive an effect if there's nothing to back it up.
And then we see her in the hospital getting a C-section, so the baby technically survives.
And we hear her flatline.
And we hear her flatline, and I'm like, she fell from the 11th story of a skyscraper. They would have been a pancake.
The demon magic was protecting them.
Not good enough. Not good enough. Pancake, useless pre-credit scene. And I'm angry at that ending because the movie before we hit that artsy bullshit.
It started out
really solid.
Not bad. I mean, not great, but solid.
But I was enjoying it.
Like good enough.
I was engaged with the characters and the backstory. And then we hit that artsy moment and it was just like, oh, right, someone just phoned in the rest of this movie. And I'm super disappointed because I didn't have high hopes for it, but I had, good hopes for it, for what it was.
Yeah. It sounds good on paper.
It sounds good on paper.
But watch the movie. And,
Tell us
maybe
we're wrong,
you have a different opinion. Maybe we missed something. For me, it was weak. Kind of a disappointment.
Yeah. Honestly, D. That's my rating, maybe. It had,
I have seen worse.
Our main character was female. She
Good.
was really smart.
Uh-huh.
She was prepared for multiple eventualities.
Yeah.
Except apparently for getting supernaturally pregnant.
And really, who prepares for that?
So, I mean, a lot of the things that I liked about it had to do with the main character they created.
Yeah.
And that's nice. It's good. It gave me someone to root for. But it also just pissed me off.
Oh, by the way, the guy in the Hawaiian shirt, bad guy, I win.
They win. They win. They were right. I was hopeful. But no.
Wow, it was
the guy in the Hawaiian shirt was a demon.
Also, no reason for him to be in the Hawaiian shirt. That was such a weird choice.
Just a design thing. He's just like, I want to wear the shirt. And they were like, okay, actor, wear that shirt.
You think that's what it was?
Probably. Yeah. They were like, hey, we can market it as this guy in a Hawaiian shirt. It's a quirky detail or something. I don't even know. But I feel like I wasted at least a good half an hour of my life. Because until then, I was engaged with it.
Not to mention $20.
Oh, I've spent more on that for worse.
So you're
more on Kickstarter for worse than that.
So you're giving it a D.
I think I'm giving it a D.
I think I would say D is just about right. Yep.
All right. Well.
So that was the movie American Exorcist.
Yeah. And like I mentioned earlier, I mean, it just finished its first festival.
It hasn't even really been properly released to the public yet.
It should have been released on demand yesterday.
Oh, is it?
Like VOD, yeah. So it's available if you want to see it.
I thought you just had access because you were a funder.
Well, I had specific access because I was a funder, but I looked on the Kickstarter while I should have been watching the movie, and they mentioned that it should be like a day or two before it's available for everyone else. So it's like we got early access.
Okay, so we're not too far early.
No. So, it is available if you want to watch it. The main female character, whose name I forgot, even though I know the actress.
It is
something Dubois.
Yes.
Dubois.
And Renee is the sister, and
Renee
she is
sister.
something
She's
French.
Georgette. Georgette was 100% the best thing about that movie.
I liked her outfit. It was not practical.
Not practical,
but
it was
liked
cunning,
it.
but it was cute.
Yeah.
And professional. Like she looked sharp. If she were going to like a meeting in an office building.
She looked smart.
Yeah. I mean.
And the character was smart, which I appreciate.
And she liked puzzles. There were a lot of puzzles.
She was clearly a puzzler.
To go through, which was really cool.
Yeah.
But she's pretty much the only cool thing
about that movie. That character should have been in a better movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. If you see the movie or if you just want to tell us we're wrong, because,
maybe we are.
You can do that. Leave us a comment if you'd like.
Also,
watch the movie.
Yeah, and if you want to, you could also leave us an extended montage sequence heavily featuring kaleidoscopes. Yeah, do that. Bye!
Bye! Thank you guys so much for listening.